Welcome to Grade 12 Advanced Mathematics, Unit 5 Integration, 5.4 The Definite Integral, Part 2. In this video, we will learn about the properties of definite integrals and how to apply the integral mean value theorem. Welcome to HSM Spot Math. Let's spark our math skills together. So let's dive into the concept. As always, integration also gets distributed between the terms. I would like to highlight an important point here. If you would like to split your interval a to b to two or more terms, you can introduce a limit. But make note, your upper limit and your next term's lower limit should be of the same value. So A to B can be split as A to C and C to B. Suppose if you want to split as three terms, then you can think about A to C plus C to another number which can be of D, and the next your lower limit should be of D and the final one your B. So how much ever your terms you have, you can have it an idea. Your first and the last should be of the lower limit and the upper limit, whereas you will keep introducing numbers, but make sure your upper limit and the lower limit should be of the same value. Next comes an important statements. When you want to switch your limit from B to A to B, you should not forget to introduce a negative sign. And also if you have your limits as same, your upper limit and the lower limit are same, the value is nothing but 0. These two are very important point to be noted when you carry forward with the problem solving. Now let's do some extra questions. Here you can notice your upper limit and your next term's lower limit is same. So it's nothing but 0 to 3 f of x dx. When you look at here, a negative sign is introduced. So if you want to switch, because your upper limit and your lower limit should be same, but here instead of 3 you have 2, but you can note here 3 is in the upper limit. So if you want to switch your limits, you will introduce a negative sign. So negative of negative will become positive. See, now it will be 0 to 2 f of x dx. Up next, if you notice here, these are all of value, but function is not given. So you can follow the technique. If you have noticed your upper limit and the lower limit is same. So what will be the answer? Please, let's see it in your comments. Exactly, integral 0 to 1 f of x dx. What about next? You're right, integral minus 1 to 3 f of x dx. When you check over here, already the value is given. Integral 1 to 3 f of x dx is 3. Also integral 1 to 3 g of x dx is equal to negative 2. And they asked to find f of x plus gx, also 2 times f of x minus g of x. So let's distribute the interval. Once you distribute the interval, already the values are given. So you'll substitute the value. And the final answer, yes, it's 1. What about the next? 2 is a common, so we can take it outside the interval. So it is 2 integral 1 to 3 f of x dx. And now you can substitute the given value and your answer will be perfect, 8. Also, let's see a few more questions, and please do check out your answer by pausing the video. Once you finish doing, play the video again and then you will find it. Hope you all got the correct answer. Please comment below how many of you get correct answer. Let me know. Now comes piecewise continuous functions. When you are checking out with the piecewise continuous functions, the same as we did the last time, You will be introducing a value, but please make note your upper limit and the next term's lower limit should be same. Now once you look here, you're asked to find integral 0 to 3 f of x dx, but here the limit are set with number 2. So we can split it 0 to 2 and then 2 to 3. But make sure 0 to 2 when you are splitting, which function you will pick out. Less than or equal to 2, so it is 2x. And more than 2, it is nothing but 1. So when you are splitting, you should select the correct function. And now either you can use the calculator or you can follow the technique of half base into height technique, or direct calculator is also acceptable. So you get the answer as 5. Because 0 to 2x dx you will get it as 4, and integral 2 to 3 1 dx you will get it as 1. So 4 plus 1, which is 5, or else you can follow the triangle formula method. Now theorem 4.3. If your function is less than or equal to, automatically your integral function also will be of less than or equal to. Here comes average value of a function. To find average value of a function, the formula is 1 over b minus a summation I equal to 1 to n f of xi delta x. And here, as limit n approaching to infinity, we are applying it. So the formula turns to 1 over b minus a integral a to b f of x dx. So we are going to find the average value of f of x equal to sine x on the interval 0 to pi. So let's go ahead. Our formula is 1 over b minus a integral a to b f of x dx, and you know what is your a and what is your b. Your a is the lower limit and b is your upper limit. So when you substitute, you can use the calculator. You will get your answer as 0.6366198, or else you can use the Riemann sum. For that, first let us find only for integral 0 to pi sin x dx. Here we use midpoint rule. If you want, you can use left hand or right hand point. So once you find the delta x, we'll be finding the midpoint rule ci and replace your x. X means here it is sin x. Replace your x with your new ci. Give large values for n and you get your answer as 2. Don't forget, you have 1 over pi minus 0, which is 1 over b minus a. And so you will get the answer 0.6366198. Now, definite integral of a constant function. When you are having a constant function, you can directly go ahead using the formula constant times your upper limit minus lower limit. This will be very helpful when you are handling the multiple choice questions. Now what about the integral mean value theorem? It is nothing but 1 over b minus a integral a to b f of x dx. So when you are handling a question integral 0 to 1 root x square minus 1 dx, you can directly enter it into the calculator and please keep ready the answer. Let's see the manual method. Manual method is nothing but first we will pick out the function and we will identify the minimum and the maximum value Once you get the minimum and the maximum value, we will be cross-checking if the function is lying between the minimum and the maximum value. So root 0 squared plus 1, which is your 1, less than or equal to root 2. And you all know the formula b minus a. So let's get multiplied by b minus a, as the formula says m times b minus a less than or equal to integral a to b f of x dx less than or equal to capital M, which is your maximum function, times b minus a. So when you are replacing it, as your b minus a is 1 minus 0, which is 1, the function is not getting affected. So yes, you will proceed with integral 0 to 1 root x squared plus 1. You can use the calculator, and once you get it, you will be confirming the answer 1.14 lies between 1 and root 2. So since they asked to estimate the value, directly you would have used the calculator. But in case if they ask for the writing, please make sure you do the steps as mentioned here. So yes, that's all for this particular topic 5.4, definite integral. Keep practicing, keep revising, because practice makes you perfect. See you with 5.5. Bye-bye.